Shalom, giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, and double honor to the apostles, and the bishops, and brothers on the great millstone. Salutations to the whole elect. This is your brother I Banyamian, here to share a lesson. And the title of this lesson is Esau will be brought down low for his left hand dealings, man. And as you see, the title of this video by NBC News New York says AI cameras aboard New York City buses issue tickets to law-abiding drivers. Now the team is, when operating a big city, when operating a bus in a big city, right, you may have drivers that park illegally, right, in the way of the bus, and they'll just park there and leave their vehicle parked there for quite some time. So in a situation like that, the AI technology cameras, may be useful in ticketing that particular illegally parked vehicle. But Esau is twofold. He would say that he would present benevolent ways to deal with problems such as that. But then it's twofold. You know what I'm saying? He is also gonna held captive using the same technology. So it's like you do some good on one side of the coin, and then on the other side of the coin is evil, and that is wickedness, unto the Lord. So I'm share the scriptures, play the video, Lord willing it be defined unto elect, because this man, he gotta go down, man. You know what I'm saying? He gotta go down for his wickedness. Right? People is tired. We all tired of dealing with the BS of the society, and we wait for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to return and bring us speedy riddance to this place, man. So the first portion of scripture I want to share is in the book of Isaiah, chapter 14. Because at the end of the day, Esau, he desire to be, like the Most High, right? Just as how the Most High is omnipresent, he is everywhere, he sees everything. With Esau's technology, he want to inspire people liberty, right? And just the same way Most High sees and punish all of us. Esau, with his camera system and his face recognition, he wants to see all and punish us even for things that we do not do, right? So Isaiah chapter 14 and 13, it says, "For thou hast said in thy heart," now they're talking about the Babylonians, but this also applies to these heathen rulership that is over us right now, Esau, Amalek, and the other nations, right? "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, and will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will also, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." So you see, he wants to be like the Most High. He uses his technology, to bring this forth. But here's the kicker. It says, "Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell," which is low, right, to the sides of the pit. So this man, especially these regular day-to-day Babylon and these Edomites, they are being brought down low, which is why they were so enthusiastic about voting in DJ Trump into government, right, to so-called, give them back that power. But they are being brought low every day, man. And you could see it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to play the video, but before I do, I'm going to read a disclaimer at NBC New York, copyright disclaimer, under Section 104 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for such for purpose such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So my channel is not monetized. I'm just commenting on the news article or the news video. So here we go.
A new network of artificial intelligence cameras is on the case, catching New York City motorists who block bus lanes. But an I-team investigation finds that some of those cameras are also catching drivers who are doing absolutely nothing wrong. News Force Chris Glorioso found hundreds of instances where these AI systems have captured video of legal parking, but called it a violation.
You might miss them. On the windshields of hundreds of MTA buses, mounted cameras are now searching for vehicles blocking the bus lane. The cameras are powered by artificial intelligence, but driver George Hahn says the AI system isn't smart enough.
This is a normal spot, and it's actually right by the regular alternate side parking sign.
Hahn says last month he got 3 violations on the same day for blocking bus lanes on East 79th Street. But in each case, the videos captured by the bus cameras themselves show he was legally parked right here along with all these other cars.
Well, at first, I wasn't worried because I know the parking rules and these are legal spots. The tickets kept coming though, so we're up to about 10 now.
Now, a vehicle illegally parked here in the red bus lane is supposed to get a ticket. But here's the problem. That bus lane ends right about here, and these vehicles are parked in legal alternate side spots. And many of the drivers say they're still getting tickets.
You could clearly see on the picture that I'm literally before the line.
You were legal.
I was legally parked.
Jonathan Coogee gave us his violation notice, and it also shows his car was not parked in the bus lane. And the I-team has learned hundreds of other drivers have been served similar mistakes. We showed these images to the MTA, and the transit agency confirmed buses on the M79 and BX35 lines have issued nearly 3,000 violations that should have been simple warnings, and more than 800 violations where there was no infraction at all. An MTA spokesperson said all the mistaken violations are being voided and refunded, writing, "In this situation, there were programming kinks both in the mapping of curb areas and the timing of the warnings themselves, all of which have now been resolved."
It's pretty hot out here, but the people who are blocking our bus lanes, it's about to get hotter.
The MTA has touted the smart cameras as a high-tech way to clear the path for public buses too often slowed by discourteous drivers. Since 2019, more than 1,000 buses have been outfitted with the AI systems. 1,000 more buses plan to get them in coming months. The MTA says bus speeds are now 5% faster. Back on 79th Street, George Hahn told us he supports keeping bus lanes clear, but he said thousands of mistaken tickets during the rollout of a new AI system should prompt more oversight of the camera vendor.
The vendor who made the system is probably telling the Department of Transportation, Department of Finance, look at our great success. We've given out so many tickets already, but there's a real story behind those numbers. How many of those numbers are erroneous?
A source familiar with the...
Exactly, and I want to say this now. They make paying these tickets difficult, right? Now the city or the county, they would send you a picture of the infraction, via the mail, and then they would send like a link that you could type in where you could see the actual video. But then, since most of these courthouses are downtown in these cities, they make it difficult if you try to go by driving, right, to go pay these tickets, because there's barely any parking in downtown areas, right? And if they are paid parking, right, most people don't want to overpay for parking for space that they're not going to use, beyond the time that they're going to use. So a lot of times when you go downtown to pay these things, or to deal with the court date to get it cleared out, where you don't have to pay anything, right? they come back and and you still find a ticket, on your vehicle. You know what I mean? Yeah, so it's just stupid. So in reality, they just want you to pay the ticket online and get it over with. And these tickets, like the guy said, it racks up, quickly, especially if you work in these metropolitan downtown areas, you know. But yeah, scriptures talk about his riches are corrupt, man. Now, if you're doing that, you know, rightly, like they said, 3,000 may be for people who actually parked illegally, but then the 800, right, didn't have any infractions. Now, if people don't get on these administrations and these departments, these mayors, these local officials and representatives on these things, they would never do anything about it. Because the scripture said Esau, his spirit is not upright in him, so he wouldn't do the moral or the just thing. Right, so I'm gonna grab James, the 5th chapter, right? I'm gonna read verse 1 and 2. It says, "Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl, for your miseries shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupt, and your garments are moth eaten." You understand? So the money, a lot of the money that Esau gets for doing these things, is corrupt. They cannot be a righteous person if you're being both good and bad. You know what I'm saying? And this is how Esau get people. So all these things are leading up, his actions, using these equipments are leading up, to his downfall, because people are starting to see, the BS in society, especially the ones that don't do anything wrong. And before I get back into the video, I want to grab Ecclesiasticus, the 10th chapter, and the 8th verse. It says, "Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit," right? There's a form of deceit. You're telling people that the camera would be used for legitimate infractions, but then people who are parked rightfully, right, are still receiving tickets and stuff, in the mail. It says the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So because of these things, the kingdom is being translated from Esau, Edom, right, to Jacob. There are scriptures that says, one, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and two, let me see if I could find it. Salakia. Yeah, Salakia, the scripture that says Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. See if I could find that. Esau is the end of the world. KJV. Second Ezra 6 and verse 9. Second Ezra 6 and verse 9. Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it, right? So the kingdom is being translated from one person to another because of their wickedness. So I'm going to go back into the video. Make sure I do this right. Okay.
Source familiar with the matter says the cameras that issued those 3,000 plus erroneous violations were operated by a company called Hayden AI, which inked an $83 million deal with the MTA to install the first round of onboard cameras. Hayden AI declined to answer the I-Team's questions, referring us back to the MTA.
Certainly when we're thinking about the role of artificial intelligence in our society and the rollout of these programs, it really has to be done in an intentional way that really utilizes some level of common sense before you turn these systems on.
The New York City Department of Transportation says every day automated cameras, including bus lane cameras, red light cameras, and speed cameras, issue more than 40,000 violations, and every one of those violations has to be reviewed by a human being. But the DOT did not say how many humans are actually tasked with that process, and the DOT also didn't say how human beings signed off on hundreds of bus lane violations where the bus lanes weren't actually blocked. Chris Glorioso, News 4, New York.
All right, so you see, let's go into the comment a little bit. It says, this is no accident. These AI cameras are a cash register on wheels. Second person comment, it's a shame that every department is a beggar asking taxpayers to give them more. The city does not dismiss these tickets. They give you such a hard time. It's ridiculous. You can have all the evidence and they will say it's not credible. People are fed up, man. See? It's all a money grab. Just terrible. Yeah, so, the people are, tired of this wickedness, man. Which is why you're going to see a lot of people, protesting against government officials in the days to come. This is Proverbs chapter 17. And I'm going to read verse 15. It says, he that justified the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination unto the Lord, right? Yeah, bash me on Shana. When you go into that word just, it says lawful, righteous, right, just or right in one's cause, just or righteous in conduct and character, right? So they were just or right in the people that received the ticket that did not do anything but park correctly, right? They were just or right in the actions and character. Lawful, they were lawfully parked that received the ticket, right? Strong's definition: just, lawful, righteous man, right? So they were the people that received the ticket that didn't do anything. They were parked rightfully or justly, right? So it is an abomination to condemn the just. So they were condemned. Now, ultimately, it's talking about us as a people of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, but you could also apply that to the situation, right? They were condemned through fining and fees, right, for parking, justly. And last portion of script here is in Proverbs 22 and verse 22. It says, rob not the poor because he is poor, neither oppress the afflicted in the gate, man. You understand? So, these AI cameras, these court systems, they oppress the poor. Yeah, so especially once you get the ticket, the process of going downtown to these courts to get these things written off is another, headache in and of itself. And like one of the commenters said here down below, people are fed up. You understand? So because of all these wickedness that Esau is doing, he will be brought down low for his left hand dealings. So Lord willing, this quick lesson was edifying unto the elect, and they can take comfort in knowing that our enemy and enemies are about to be destroyed. So hopefully the lesson was edifying, Salakia, and until the next time, Shalom.